So feasibility study. First activity for software project management is feasibility study. What is feasibility study? First step for software activities is feasibility study means if you whether a project is worth starting or not, we have to check, because that means that we have to check the project is useful for the stakeholders or customers. When we are doing any project, it is useful for the people or not, we have to check. That is comes under the feasibility study. In a feasible study also, we have to uh, here estimate the development. Okay, development means how we develop the project. We choose some of the project, how we develop the project, different types of steps to recording to develop the project. Next, cost estimation. In the feasibility study also we have to estimate the cost for the completion of that project, how much cost it also take in this feasibility study. Next, another one is benefits. What are the benefits after completion of the what are the benefits for the users or stakeholders? In feasibility study only we have to estimate all these things. First one, development. Second one, operational cost. Third one, benefits. All these are estimated in feasibility study only. Okay. Next one, planning. Once feasibility study is done, development, operation, and benefits are done, then we have to go on for the project planning can be started. After that only the project planning is done. One feasibility study is over, then only the project planning is started. Okay, in project planning, yeah, for a larger project, it is not possible to do all the planning in the beginning. So, because for larger project, it is difficult to plan overall project at the beginning of the stage. It is difficult. So, yeah, for larger projects, we are planning were done in some different stages. Stage one, this type of is completed. Stage two, this plan is completed. Stage three, this plan is completed. All because of large project means the large project it's take for 6 months or 8 months. Those type of large projects we are not possible to do all planning in the beginning. Okay, so for a large type of projects, it is planning is done for different stages, not at a time. That stay different stages we are planning. Okay, next one, project execution. So project execution in project execution includes design and implementation. Here we are after planning that project. First we have to select one of the project. Then after planning that project, we have to do project execution. Means how to design and implement. How to design that project and how to implement that project. All these comes under project execution. Okay. All this comes under project execution. Next one, requirement analysis. The name itself indicate the requirement. So once you do plan the project, then we have to investigate the potential users, means those people worked on that project, and relate on their managers and employers are required for doing that project. All these are requirements we have to done in requirement analysis, and also we have to check the qualities of the new systems. Recent trend systems you are choosing. Okay, so here in requirement analysis we have to choose the people who work on that project, and we are also choose uh, the employers, and also choose the project manager who manage the project, and also we have to choose requirement for that project. How many systems are required, what are the qualification of the required, all these requirements we have to choose in requirement analysis only. Next one, architecture design. So architecture design means in this we have to, after requirement we have to design the architecture. Architecture nothing but in a local area, or van man, or star topology, hybrid topology. Which type of architecture we have to design for this project to complete that project. So for example, architecture designs includes system architecture, software requirements, what are the softwares are required for that project, and what are the software components, what are the different components you use it to choose for that project. All these comes under the architecture design. Okay, all these comes under architecture design. Next one, requirement analysis. Requirement analysis. After architecture design, we have to go for detailed design. So in detailed design, for when we have to go for software component, is made up of number of software units that can be separately coded. So for design point of view, we have to choose some of the softwares. But softwares is made up of different components, made up of different components that can be choose, that are separately coded and tested. Okay, next one, code and test. So code and test means in this this could refer to writing code for each software. We already detailed in detailed design. We are using some of the software tools. So for each software into area, you have to do for procedural language such as C, C++, Java. So each for writing for each software unit in a procedure such as Java, C, Python, all these are done in code and test. All these are done in code and test. Now it is audible. Now it is audible. Hello, 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 hello. My voice is audible. So code and test. For coding and testing, qualification is for coding and testing already covered. Next, integration. Okay, yeah, coming to the integration, audible. Next one, integration. Integration in this already discussion about detailed design. In this software company is made up of some number of softwares units. So all these different software components are combined in integration. Okay, such as hardware platform and network and the user procedures are brought together. So all these are comes under integration. Next one is qualification testing. So qualification testing. In this, we have to test the system, including the software components. Okay, in this we have to test the system, including the software components, has to be tested carefully. So because all these we are all these are done because we have to fulfill our requirements only. We have to check the qualifications testing. Next one, installation. Installation. This is the process of making new system operational. So in this installation, we have to install the new type of system operation. We are using installation. For example, we are for example payroll. Payroll means that those who are doing the job on our project, we have to calculate their salary. Means how many works he worked on a week or how many hours he worked on a day, or all these are calculated on the payroll. So all these type of we have to install the new system. Okay, last one, acceptance support. In this we acceptance support indicates that newly installed system, for example already existing system we are install new software, if any errors occur we have to identify the actors or any extensions are required or any improvements are required. All these comes under the acceptance. Okay, next one, next one, problems with software projects. Problems with software projects. In this, one of the problem is poor estimates and plans. When it is depending upon the estimation and plan. If the plan is very poor, so it is one of the problem. And estimations also poor. We are for doing some project we need i7 processor, but we for budget purpose we use only IT processor. So this is problem with the software projects. Next one, lack of quality standards. Lack of quality standards and measures. So if the quality is standard is poor, this is also one of the problem with software projects. Next one, lack of up to date documentation. uh, Day to day we have to document the completed project, otherwise it will also be problem for one of the uh, in one of the problem in software projects. Next one, lack of knowledge of application area. When we are taking users only related to that project only, if they don't know any knowledge about that application area, the problem will that is the problem of the software project. That is the problem of the software project. Next one, quality control. So if the quality is less than also the one of the software project. Next one, lack of training. So once the once the training when we are taking students in our project, we'll train them according to our project need. Otherwise it is also a problem of the one of the problem with the software project. If we are doing project in Java but we trained them in C, so that is also problem with the software project. Next, changing software environment. Day to day changes software environment, this is also one of the software project. For example, our in previous day we are using 2G, then 3G, next 4G. Now we are using 4G. Next version 5G. So changing software environment, we have to change the hardware equipments also. So all these comes under problems with the software projects. Next main one is challenges in the software project. So challenges in software project, these are the various types of projects undertaken by software industries. When they are taking these products, what are the challenges in software projects? Okay, software industry is one of the fastest moving and evolving industry. Everybody knows software industry is one of the fastest moving industry in our present. Fastest is the in present days software industry is one of the fastest moving industry. Next, in this main business owners, executives, management team, developers, and all the employees working this field are under continuous pressure to ensure that the success of the project. All are when the project is time is dead end, all these means employers or executives or owners or developers and remaining all employees pressure on them, because the project is dead end, so they have to complete the project within that time only. So they have main pressure on them for completing the project. Next one, project manager. Project manager should predict the possible risk, quality with the expected standards, financial factors, delivery in time, speed with technology change, competition in the market, etc. All these managed by the project manager. When depending upon the financial factors and also risk that occur on that project, and also project manager check the delivery time and also check the technology. Whenever the technology changes, you want to project manager update the technology or extension will be done on that existing software. All these are done by the project manager. So some of the challenges in software project management are: first one, extremely high competition. Extremely high competition in this extremely high competition in this market pressure is stressful relative in software industry. Everybody know market pressure is stressful in relative in software industry means that when the any new software is created already. We are done some project, the same project already in the market. So we have some pressure because already existing project we done, means we don't know, we are doing our project in we are taking 3 days time to complete the project, but somebody done same project in 2 days. We don't know the software is already complete, already already existed in the market. So such type of pressure will be occurring challenges. So in main in softwares, uh, in this extremely high competition means the competition is extremely high, both the local and international level. The competition is extremely high. మేడం చెప్తున్నాను మేడం, నాకు ఇక్కడ బాగానే వినపడుతుంది, మరి ఇయర్ ఫోన్స్ పెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, నేను కంటిన్యూ చేసేస్తున్నాను మేడం. ఏంటి మేడం? ఓకే ఓకే, పీపీటీ కనపడుతుందిగా. ఓకే, నా establishing extremely high competition means the competition is extremely high both at a local and international level. Means how the competition is high in local and international level means it affects on the software business. How it affects on the software business, how it will affect means in terms of price, means cost. Once we design the software depending upon the price, and another one is customer reach and retention. Means for example, we have create one software of storage purpose is 2 GB. So the number of customers will less because the software storage is need more GB. So another point is, if the software cost is 300 or 400, same software some with other companies providing only 200 100 and the storage capacity is only 1 GB. So customers reach on that project and that company only. So main software business is competition extremely in local level and high level only, means means in the international level and local level. Okay, next one. Old legacy systems. Old legacy systems means old legacy system in old companies or some software companies are existed in previously only. The companies often spend significant resources on maintaining, operating the old legacy systems only. They are already construct some company, but with existing i3 processors, they only updating the old legacy systems only. They never have to invest in a lot of financial and human resources to upgrade the, means to change the existing system when it is no longer meets their needs also. Means they don't want to buy new systems if they don't need, even though when it no longer meet their needs also, but they don't want to change the existing system. That is comes under old legacy. Okay, next one is high level software expertise. Means when the business owner is to find the manager with relevant software expertise. Means when it comes to software selection, the project manager only select that project. So for this software expertise, the software manager with the high on software expertise, high knowledge on software expertise, that one, then only he can choose the software selection and implementation. So business owners must take care about the project manager he has the skill and software expertise or not. Next one, third party integration. Third party integration. In third party integration, third party integration means modern companies are no longer interested in standalone solution, because they have to do they only direct they don't want to their project. Okay, they don't want the project standalone. They look for the third party integration. Okay, means implementing multiple systems in one project. They don't want the project standalone. They have to interested in third party integration and implementing multiple systems in one project. This is comes under third party integration. Next one, multiple users. Multiple users. Multi-level users. So in multi-level means here we have to take care about different types of users, from basic user to the IT users. All users we are undertaking consideration for all the users, from basic users to software IT users. So project manager has the must be familiar with all types of users. Project manager who are responsible for the system must be familiar with all types of users. Next one, quality testing. In quality testing, implementation requires testing according to the outcomes, desired results. So successfully system implementation requires numerous testing iteration to ensure that the final outcomes again with the desired result. So what we are expecting the output, all are we are testing in quality testing. So we have to test the system. So we are getting the desired result. Okay. So the project manager need to make sure all bugs are discovered and all issues are fixed before system goes live. Whenever you are releasing the project, before only the project manager will check the quality testing, and also any bugs occurred, and also any errors, all are managed by project manager before the system goes live. Okay, understand? Next one, next topic is stakeholders. So stakeholders. So stakeholders are the people who have interested in the project. Stakeholders are the people who are interested in the project. So stakeholders might be internal to the project team or external to the project team, but in the same organization, or totally external to the organization. So all these category comes under the stakeholders. So stakeholders are categorized as, first one, internal to the project team, already told, external to the project team but within the same organization, external to both the project team and the organization. Okay, so what is internal to the project team? So these people are direct under the control of the project and project manager. They are the controlling of the project manager. Internal stakeholder means they are controlled by the project manager. Next one, external project manager. External to the project team but within the same organization. These people are from different projects but works within the same organization. This means, for example, the project leader might need the assistance of the information management group. They must need the assistance of the management group in order to add some additional data types to a database. If the manager want to add some of the database, or you want to carry out system testing, he must assistance of the management group. He must need the assistance of the management group. So those we call external to both project team but within the same organization. So you need permission from the external team because they are not related to the project but they are in same organization. So if the project manager want to change anything, they took permission from the management group, then only you can change any data types in the database or carry out system testing. Okay, last one, external to both project team and external to both project team and organization. So in this external in this stakeholders may be the client who are benefited with the project. External both the project team and these are the stakeholders may be client who are benefit with the project. Stakeholders may have different objectives. Here the project manager has to recognize and should be able to accept the correct suggestion. Accept the correct suggestion for that project. Here project leader needs to be here project leader needs to be good communication with the stakeholders. He has to maintain good communication with the stakeholders. Okay, so all these topics are covered. Tomorrow I am going to explain. Tomorrow I will explain objectives and goals, and also explain project planning. In tomorrow class, anybody have any doubt regarding the topic, raise your hand or chat a message in chat box or write a message in chat box. No doubts. Okay, today I end the session. Tomorrow I will explain objectives and goals.